But I understand that you caused enough problems that your dean from Howard Law School had to intercede to keep you from getting dishonorably discharged because you were making so many problems?
Well, there was a man there named Major Hayes. But this was after I became an officer, not while I was enlisted man. After I became an officer, somehow, you know, the veil between blacks and black community and whites, the officers there, the white officer superiors, wanted to pierce the veil, but the way they wanted to pierce it was to have, not to themselves learn anything, but to have some of the soldiers tell them about malcontents. And so I was approached, you know, I'm sort of. Funny thing was, of course, they had the wrong guy, because if anybody was going to be malcontent, I'd probably be the first one. And I think they discovered that. And so then and this Hayes was a marionette, and he was just having us do stupid things and so forth, and you know, and I wasn't going to follow and do that sort of stuff, and so we disobeyed. It was all a charade, intended to give us, as an officer, I was a second lieutenant, a other than honorable discharge, which was really a way to drop me down to so I could be drafted as a private. This was the whole problem with them. So yeah, I got home. They had me at Fairfield in Daytona. I mean, in Ohio. I went through this hopeless process, and I got this job. And I got home, and I was inert. You know, I didn't have anything to do, and all I was doing was was running around having fun, socializing, running here, there, and then I guess I got myself together and said, well, you know, I can't let this thing bother me. I mean, I can't fall apart. So I called Bill Hasty, who was the dean of Howard Law School, and asked him could I see him. He agreed. And I was scared because, you know, I know I hadn't followed this guy's rules. I mean, I had been messy with him and so forth. Bill Hasty read that, and boy, I'm telling you, good. He got angry as he could be. And the man who had caused me all this trouble, who was doing all this madness thing, was a black officer, as secretary, former secretary, undersecretary of war. Hayes had known all about this stuff. I mean, Hasty. And he had very light-skinned man, and he sometimes passed for white, or tried to pass for white. So Hasty wrote this up in terms of before the Discharge Review Board, you know, to get my stuff, get me settled. And I had these redneck sort of people in East Orange, New Jersey, is as you know at the time, is the most southern of the northeastern states. And I could tell when they let me alone for a while, and then Patton, lost a lot of men, and so they needed people. And I've been before the Discharge Review Board, but no decision. So Hasty had written up this stuff about Hayes, who was the guy who was saying we were malcontents and we weren't any good. And by passing what I could tell when these people, the draft board, got to that passage, they red-faced and they became to sympathize with me, for a time. So they let me alone for a while. Then Patton came up, and they then decided that they were going to. I had to go. I'm telling you, the Pale Support League. I went to the draft board. Went to the Army to get inducted. I had an ear infection, so I couldn't get inducted then. 2 weeks. About 2 days later, the honorable discharge came in. But then what I had to do, Hasty insisted or advised me, and I agreed. I applied to the Adjutant General to go back into the Army because the war wasn't over. So they had enough of me. So I said, thanks, but no thanks. But that ended my military career.